So today I'm going to start first lecture on the introduction to linear programming problems and its solution by graphical method. So first we see what is linear programming problem. Linear programming problems, as name suggests, is a special and versatile technique which can be applied to a variety of management problems. And this method is applicable in problems characterized by the presence of decision variables. And in this problem, as name suggests, linear, the decision variables are in linear form. The objective function and the constant can be expressed as a linear function of the decision variables, and decision variables represent quantities that are in some sense controllable input to the system being modeled. An objective function represents some principal objective criteria or goal that measures the effectiveness of the system, or we can say that the objective functions represents what we want from the system. We want to maximize the system, or we want to get minimum value from the system. So solving a linear problem means we have to determine the actual value of the decision variable that will maximize the objective function, that will maximize or minimize our objective function under given conditions. The main important feature of the linear programming model is the presence of linearity in the problem, and the use of linear programming model arises in a wide variety of applications. Let us see an example. Suppose an industry is manufacturing two types of products, P1 and P2, and profit per kilogram of two products are rupees 30 and 40 respectively. And these two products requires processing in three types of machines, and the given table shows the available machine hour per day and the time required on each machine to produce 1 kilogram of P1 and P2. And we have to formulate the linear programming model. So this is the table, and this is the upper limit for machine 1, that is, it is available for 600 hours or day, it is 800, and it is 1100. So we have to maximize here the profit to the industry. Now let us take decision variable as X1, that is the amount of P1 quantity, P1 material, or X2 is the amount of P2 material or P2 product. So in order to maximize the profit, we establish the objective function as 30x1 plus 40x2. See here, the profit per kg of two products are 30 and 40 rupees. So total profit will be, if we have a product x1 kilogram and second product x2 kilogram, then total profit will be 30x1 plus 40x2, and we have to maximize this profit. And since 1 kilogram of product P1 requires 3 hours of processing time in first machine, and while the corresponding requirement of second product is 2 hours. So the first constant can be expressed. This can be seen from this first table. First machine operated is available for P1 product 3 hours and for P2 product 2 hours. So total outcome will be 3x1 plus 2x2, and the upper limit is 600. So we have 3x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 600. In same way, we get other constants for machines 2 and 3. 3x1 plus 5x2 less than equal to 800 and 5x1 plus 6x2 less than equal to 1100. And in addition to above, there is no negative production. So we must have x1, x2 both greater than equal to 0. So thus our problem takes this form. We have to maximize 30x1 plus 40x2 and subject to these constants. So this is our linear programming problem for the given condition. Let us see one more example. A company owns 2 floor mills A and B, which have different production capacities for high, medium, and low quality flour. The company has entered a contract to supply flour to a firm every month with at least 8, 12, and 24 quintals of high, medium, and low quality respectively. It cost the company rupees 2,015 per day to run mill A and mill B. On a day, mill A produces 6 to 4 quintal of high, medium, and low quality flour, and mill B produces 2, 4, 12 quintal of high, medium, and low quality flour respectively. So our objective is how many days per month should each mill will be operated in order to meet the contract order more economically. It means we have to minimize here the objective function. We want to pay less amount on the objective to get the profit. So in this case, the objective function will be this one. Here we define x1 and x2 as mill A and B. Here objective is to minimize the cost of the machine run. Hence, we have to satisfy the linear programming problem given by 2000 x1 plus 1500 x2. x1, x2 defines the number of hours which are required to run mill A and B. And cost for running mill A is 2000 and cost for running B is 1500 per hour. This is given per day to run mill A and B. So we have to minimize the cost of running 2 mills. So required objective function will be to minimize 22,000 x1 plus 1500 x2 and subjects to constants here. The company has entered a contract to supply a flow of 8, 12, and 24 quintals of high, medium, and low quality. So this is the quantity that he has to supply, at least 8, 12, and 24. तो इतना तो उसको supply करना ही है. And on a day, mill A produces 6 to 4 quintal of high, medium, and low quality, and B produces 2, 4, and 12 quintal of high, medium, and low quality. So mill A produces 6 quintal of high quality, so then we have 6x1 if number of days for mill A, then total production of high quality will be 6x1 plus 2x2, or this should be at least 8 quintals. So first constant will be this one, 6x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 8. Since here we have to produce at least minimum this quantity of the high quality flow. In the same way, second constant will be 2x1 plus 4x2 greater than equal to 12. And third will be 4x1 plus 12x2 plus greater than equal to 24. And obviously these number of hours are always greater than 0, greater than equal to 0. So there are two more constants to represent the non-negative condition of the x1 and x2. So our linear programming problem is given in this way. So this is how we can frame out a linear programming problem for the given conditions. Now next, let us see how we can solve these problems. For this, first we propose graphical method. One drawback of this method is that it is applicable when the linear programming model contains only two decision variables. For more than two variables, we have to go to other methods. But advantage of this method is that it is very simple and easy method. So when there are two decision variables, we mostly use graphical method. Now these are the steps. First step is that first we convert each inequality as an equation. Second, we plot each equation on the graph and shade the feasible region. Feasible region means where solution can exist according to the given conditions. And feasible region also represents the all possible solutions. Then we compute the coordinates of the corner points of the feasible region, and these corner points will represent the feasible solution. And if a feasible solution means it satisfies all the constant and non-negativity restrictions. And out of these feasible solution, we get optimal solution if it optimizes the objective function. Or we can say if it maximize or minimize the objective function, then we get optimal solution. Next is unbounded solution. If the value of the objective function can be increased or decreased indefinitely, then such solutions are called unbounded solution. And inconsistent solution means if under the given conditions, there exists no solution, and it means the solution of problem is not possible, then we can say the solution is inconsistent. This is possible when there is no common feasible reason. So let us see some examples on this. So this first example is maximize z equal to 5x1 plus 7x2, and these three inequalities are given. x1, x2 are the constants, non-negativity constants. So first is x1 less than equal to 6. Second is 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 19, and x1 plus x2 less than equal to 8. So we draw two axes, x1 and x2. Since we have x1 non-negative condition, so every point in this region is non-negative. So we take this positive quadrant. Next, x1 less than equal to 6. So this line represents x1 equal to 6, and interior of this arrow represents the direction of feasible solution. So x1 less than equal to 6 is represented by left part of this line, x1 equal to 6. 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to 19 is represented by this line. These points are obtained. By putting x1 equal to 0, we get x2 equal to 19 by 3. And by putting x2 equal to 0, we get x1 equal to 19 by 2. So we get 2 points. 1 point on x1 axis, that is 9.50. And on x2 axis, this is 0, 6.33. And here inequality is less than equal to 19. So interior of this represents the required feasible solution. Now, next constant x1 plus x2 less than equal to 8. So this straight line represents x1 plus x2 equal to 8. And interior of this is represented by x1 plus x2 less than equal to 8. So on taking the common reason according to these inequalities, these conditions, we can see that this is the feasible reason here, this one. And its corner points are given by this one. These are the corner points. Now on putting values here in the objective function, on putting corner points in the objective function, we get the value of z, and we can see here that at the point D, 5, 3, the value of z is maximum. So here optimal point is 5, 3, and optimal value of the function is 46. Let us see another example. Maximize z equal to 3 p1 plus 5 p2. Here p1 is less than equal to 6, p2 is less than equal to, sorry, p1 is less than equal to 4, p2 is less than equal to 6, 3p1 plus 2p2 less than equal to 18. So in this case, also we have non-negative conditions. Now we consider this reason, non-negative quadrants, and p1 less than equal to 4 is represented by this line. p1 equal to 4 is this one, and left hand side of this represent the required reason. p2 less than equal to 6, p2 equal to 6 is represented by this line, and downward portion of this represents the required reason, and 3p1 plus 2p2 less than equal to 18 is this line. So in this case also we can see this is the feasible reason where solution is possible, and we get here the corner points of this feasible reason, this one, and on putting the values of these corner points in the objective function, we get here that at the point D, 2, 6, the value of z is 36, that is maximum. So optimal point is 2, 6, and optimal value is here 36. So in this way, we can solve the given linear programming problem by graphical method. Now let us see an example to minimize the problem. Now here, minimum of z is this one. Conditions are these. So let us see. This is the picture we are getting here. x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 4 is this one. x1 plus x2 equal to 4 is this line, and its outer part represents x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 4. In the same way, we have 4x1 minus x2 greater than equal to 12. This is 4x1 minus x2 equal to 12, and its outer part represents 4x1 minus x2 greater than equal to 12. And in the same way, we have 2x1 plus 5x2 greater than equal to 10. Now, in this case, feasible reason is this one, and we can see here that in this case, we are getting unbounded feasible reason, and we are getting, in this case, we are getting two corner points A and B, and we have to minimize the function. So we put these points in the objective functions and we get the value of Z. So we can see here at the point A, the value of Z is minimum. So optimal point is A, that is given by 35 by 11, 8 by 11, and optimal value is 191 by 11. Let us see one more example. Here we have to maximize this one. And given constants are x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 5, x3, x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 8, and x1, x2 are positive. Now, when we draw these conditions, we get this feasible reason. This is also case of unbounded feasible reason. And here we can see that Z, here we have to maximize Z, not minimize Z. And where we can see that Z can be increased infinitely. So this is the problem having unbounded solution. So in this case, we can increase the value of x1, x2 unbounded in unbounded way. And in this case, I think there will be no optimal solution. Let us see one more example. This one, maximize Z equal to 2x1 plus 6x2 with these constants. Now 4x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 10 and 2x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 8. So here we are getting these types of reason. 4x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 12 represents this reason inside this line, and 2x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 8 represents outside of this line. So in this example, this through first condition we are getting this portion, and through second condition we are getting outside of this portion. So in this example, the common feasible reason is not available. So hence, the problem is not having optimal solution, and in this case, the solution is infeasible. So this is about the formation of linear programming problem and its solution by graphical method. In next lecture, I will tell you about the simplest method to solve the linear programming problem. I hope you will understand the concept, and if there is any problem, you can tell me. Okay, thank you.